Hello, fellow classmates. My name is Rochelle Delain from South Carolina, and this is my counseling skills video blog. It has been said, people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. And I believe this is true of counseling. Our clients often come to us as a last resort. They've exhausted all their options, and they feel like they burned all their bridges in some cases. They're at the end of their rope. In addition to that, many have misconceptions about what counseling is and what counselors do. Now add to that the guilt and shame of having to retain a counselor to begin with, because many have been told it's a sign of weakness. If you had enough faith, you would not have to go to a counselor, or counseling is only for crazy people. And many believe that. So it should be no surprise that when they come to us, even though they're coming to us for help, they're scared. It can be very intimidating to open your soul to a complete stranger, not knowing if you're going to be accepted or rejected. And that's why it's so important to establish a warm, trusting, empathetic, genuine, and welcoming relationship with our clients in the initial stages of the counseling relationship. The non-judgmental listening cycle can be very instrumental in accomplishing these goals. In a series of 4 videos, we're able to see the examples of the listening cycle, the unconditional listening cycle, invitational skills included, reflecting feelings, and reflecting meaning. We see 2 counselors, Mark and a female counselor who is unnamed, interacting with 4 different clients. 2 counselors, 2 different counseling styles. That was one of the first things I noticed. The female counselor is very outwardly emotional and very strong in empathy outwardly. She's very emotionally connected to her client, and almost in a motherly way, she leans into him without invading his personal space. And as he is sharing and he lowers his head into his hands, she goes right down there with him. And she keeps that connection. And she even uses touch, appropriate touch, at a really good time. Now, Mark, on the other hand, is less outwardly emotional. However, he's no less effective with his clients. He maintains eye contact. He's very good at reflecting and clarifying what his clients are feeling. And he's very good at helping them put meaning to these feelings. So, to me, the encouraging thing about this is that the things we are learning, the techniques we are learning, are adaptable to a wide variety of counselor personalities, temperament, and styles, as well as being adaptive to a wide variety of client temperaments and personalities and issues. And as someone who's new to the field, I often wonder if I have the right personalities for this field. So that, to me, the adaptability of these techniques is very encouraging, and that's good news. So are the sessions I watch similar to what I imagine counseling would be? I would say in some ways yes, and in some ways no. As someone who's been in healthcare for 26 years, I have been trained more in the authoritarian model, where you're the doctor. You have to be in control of the doctor-patient relationship. You know best as the doctor. And in my particular field of chiropractic, which is on the wellness end of the scale, we were even taught, don't let the patient talk too much about their symptoms. Keep redirecting them to the wellness model. And there's some validity to both things, I'm sure. However, I think they're limiting in that they're more of an either-or mentality, where I think, in my opinion, it's more an and also mentality is a bit more freeing and a bit more healthy. So do we as counselors embrace wellness? Absolutely. Do we as counselors treat symptoms? Yes, indeed, because that's why people come to us. And that goes back to the principle that people don't care about our concept of wellness or of God as Christian counselors until they know that we care about them and their issues. As one who's been a counseling client for many years, I have seen the whole range of counselors, from those on the authoritarian end to those on the more client-centered end and everywhere in between. So I've seen a whole range of counseling styles. So it's not totally, these videos weren't totally a surprise to me. One thing that did surprise me, though, that I did not see a lot of in my time as a client was the use of silence. And silence can be awkward for a lot of us. It's often seen as a sign of weakness, and in those instances, many times we try to jump in and fill in the blanks. And often it's something we've been formulating while the client has been talking. But in a non-judgmental listening cycle, silence can actually be a good thing. And what it does is it allows the client some space to sort through their own thoughts and emotions and to clarify some things. But it also communicates to them that we respect that space, and we respect that emotional space, and we respect those thoughts, and we give them the autonomy to be partners in their healing. And I think once a client gets a hold of that, they are going to be more likely to let down their guard and to be receptive to what we have to say. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to watching your videos and commenting on them. Bye-bye.